Hello children, welcome to chemistry class. Today we are going to discuss chapter chemical reactions and equations. And this today we will discuss types of chemical reactions. Types of chemical reactions. बिफोर दिस, इससे पहले हमने जो है केमिकल इक्वेशंस कैसे बैलेंस किए जाएं, केमिकल इक्वेशंस क्या होते हैं, स्केलेटल इक्वेशन क्या होते हैं, इस सब को जो है हमने इसके प्रीवियस वीडियो में बनाया। अगर आप उसको देखना चाहते हैं तो आप मेरे चैनल केमिस्ट्री विद संतोष सर पे जाके देख सकते हैं। और अगर आप लोग लाइक और शेयर करते रहेंगे तो आपके अनुसार मैं वीडियोस बनाता रहूँगा। तो एक चीज़ आप ध्यान रखें कि वीडियोस को लाइक और शेयर ज़रूर करें। और एक इक्वेशन याद रखें, एक कोटेशन याद रखें, केमिस्ट्री से मीठा कुछ भी नहीं, केमिस्ट्री से मीठा कुछ भी नहीं। तो इसको आप याद रखेंगे तो आपके लिए मीठा मीठा केमिस्ट्री लगेगा और आप खाते रहेंगे, मैं बनाता रहूँगा, आप खाते रहेंगे और उसके साथ हम लोग आनंद लेते रहेंगे। चलिए हम लोग अपने टॉपिक पे आते हैं। लेट अस मूव टू आवर टॉपिक। आवर टॉपिक इज types of chemical reaction. So in previous lecture we have seen that how to balance a chemical reaction, and today in this topic we will discuss what types of chemical reaction. So on the basis of class 10 there are following types of chemical reaction. Following types of chemical reaction. First is combination reaction. Combination reaction. Combination. You may get from the word combine and addition. Combine here addition means addition. You can see. So you may thinking that why I have written is combine. When two or more reactant combine, when two or more reactant combine to form product is called combination reaction. When two or more reactant combine to form product is called combination reaction. So if simple example we take here, N is calcium oxide, it is in solid state and it combines with H2O. H2O is in liquid, so it forms CaOH molecules. And this is the example of combination reaction. A chemical reaction in which two or more reactants combine to form a product is called combination reaction. We can remember a reaction in which two or more reactants combine to form a product is called combination reaction. Means two or more reactants, you know that these are reactant, and that is product. That is product. So what we can say, when two or more reactants combine to form product is called combination reaction. From what you may get, combination is combine. When two or more reactants combine to form product is called combination reaction. Here we have taken example. Other example we will take. So what you have seen there, it is also being evolved. It is also being evolved. So it is exothermic reaction. What is exothermic reaction? A chemical reaction in which formation of product takes place with the evolution of heat is called exothermic reaction. A chemical reaction in which formation of product takes place with evolution of heat is called exothermic. So maybe exothermic reaction means heat may release in different forms, like that if glucose react with O2 and also it produce here. So digestion is also exothermic. So many reactions we may see in our book. So here we have discussed combination reaction. Combination reactions may be exothermic reaction. So exothermic reaction, it is first type of reaction. So next is decomposition reaction. What is next? Is decomposition reaction. Decomposition means from the word we can get decompose. Means decompose. Decompose means break. Break means when a substance break into simpler substances. When a substance break into simpler substance is called decomposition reaction. What? When a substance is breaking into simpler substance, or we can say this is reactant, this is reactant, and that is product. That is product. So when a reactant break into simpler molecules of product is called decomposition reaction. A reaction in which a reactant decomposes into simpler products is called decomposition reaction. मतलब वह reaction, that reaction in which reactants break down or decomposes into simpler substances is called decomposition reaction. And here FeSO4 is decomposing to Fe2O3, SO2 and SO3. SO2 and SO3. So here we have to balance it to FeSO4, and when FeSO4 decomposes into simpler products is called decomposition reaction. So in decomposition reaction, what we have said that a reaction in which a reactant decomposes into simpler substances is called decomposition reaction. Here one more is there, thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition. If decomposition is being done with the help of heat, is called thermal decomposition. When decomposition is done with the help of heat is called thermal decomposition. Here when calcium carbonate is being heated, it decomposes into calcium oxide and CO2. So it is solid form, that is also in solid form, that is gaseous form. So thermal decomposition means when decomposition is done with the help of heat is called thermal decomposition. We can say this is the example of thermal decomposition. And decomposition, when a reactant decomposes into two or more similar substances is called decomposition. But when the decomposition is done with the help of heat or by heating is called thermal decomposition. So two we have discussed, combination reaction and decomposition. Combination and decomposition reaction are two opposite terms. Means combination, in combination two or more reactants combine to form a product, but in decomposition one reactant decomposes into two or more product. And if decomposition is done with the help of heat is called thermal decomposition. अगर decomposition heat की सहायता से गर्म करके किया जाता है तो उसे हम क्या कहेंगे, थर्मल डिकम्पोजिशन कहेंगे. डिकम्पोजिशन क्या होता है, अगर कोई रिएक्टेंट मॉलिक्यूल क्या होता है, प्रोडक्ट में क्या होता है, दो या दो. थर्मल डिकम्पोजिशन एंड डिकम्पोजिशन रिएक्शन. व्हाट इज डिकम्पोजिशन रिएक्शन? A reaction in which a reactants break down into two or more simpler substances is called decomposition reaction. Here FeSO4 break down into Fe2O3, SO2 and SO3. So this is a decomposition reaction. This is example of decomposition reaction. When decomposition is done with the help of heat is called thermal decomposition. When calcium carbonate is heated, it decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, and calcium oxide has very useful product, and it is used for making cement and quicklime also. So it is very important. Thermal decomposition and decomposition. Thermal decomposition, if decomposition is done with the help of heat or by heating, is called thermal decomposition, and if simply a reactant breaks into two or more some simple substances, is called decomposition. So we discussed two combination reaction and decomposition reaction. These two reactions are just opposite. In combination, two or more reactants combine to form a product, and in decomposition, a single substance break down into two or more substances. And if decomposition is done with the help of heat or by heating, is called thermal decomposition. Here, displacement reaction. Before this, two reactions we have discussed, combination on decomposition. इसके बाद decomposition और combination reaction हमने discuss किया है. Now, a displacement reaction. A chemical reaction, with the help of this, we can divide a chemical reaction in which one element displaces other elements from that compound is called displacement reaction. A chemical reaction in which one element displaces other elements from its compound or from its solution is called displacement reaction. How we can see this here? So iron displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Iron has displaced copper from copper sulfate solution. So this is the example of what? Displacement reaction. This is the example of displacement reaction. This is displacement reaction, a chemical reaction in which one atom displaces another atom from its compound or from its solution is called displacement reaction. So we can write here, this is displacement reaction because Fe has displaced Cu from copper sulfate solution. So we can define this. Double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction means here one displacement took place. In this one displacement means this has displaced to this, but in double displacement here this is displaced to this, means here or this displaces to this, like that we can say here. Or a chemical reaction in which double displacement takes place is called double displacement reaction, or we can say a chemical reaction and iron atoms are being displaced to each other, means a chemical reaction in which two ions displaces to each other is called double displacement reaction. A chemical reaction in which two or more ions or molecule displaces other ions or molecules is called double displacement reaction. So what we have discussed here, displacement reaction, a chemical reaction in which one element displaces other element is called displacement reaction. A reaction in which an element displaces other element is called displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. So here this is the example of displacement reaction. ये आपका displacement reaction का example है. इसमें क्या करता है, फेरिक आयन जो करता है वो कॉपर सल्फेट में से कॉपर को जो है डिस्प्लेस कर देता है और यहाँ पे क्या बना लेता है, आयरन सल्फेट और कॉपर इन सॉलिड। Next is double displacement reaction. In above we have seen one atom is displacing, but in these both two atoms or ions are being displaced. Two atoms or ions are being displaced, or reaction in which two atoms or ions are being displaced are called double displacement reaction. How it is double displacement reaction? A reaction in which two ions are being displaced. So we say double displacement reaction. In this, what you will see here, sodium ion is displaced by barium ion. Sodium ion is displaced by barium ion, and sulfate ion is displaced by Cl ion. You can see, don't be confused here. I will write it, NaSO4 and BaSO2 here. NaSO4 plus BaSO2. BaSO2. Here double displacement means if we say Va displaces Na here and Ba displaces Na. So Ba displaces Na here, and Cl displaces SO4. Cl displaces SO4. So what happened? This displaces Na, means we have seen that in place of this, and Cl displaces SO4, means if we see here, other way we can say this has displaces to this, okay, and this one has displaces, or this one has displaces to this. Because so double displacement taking place. Na is being displaced by this, and this one is being displaced by this. So this is the example of double displacement reaction, or chemical reaction in which two atoms, ions are displaced by other two atoms or ions is called double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. So some other double displacement reaction you may say. So we discuss this, and next is oxidation and reduction. Next topic is oxidation and reduction reaction. So oxidation and reduction reaction we can see. Oxidation, so it is very easy. It is defined on two bases here. Oxidation and reduction reaction. Oxidation and reduction reaction. So if we take one, if I am breaking oxidation into two parts. Oxidation, I am writing here. I can break it in two parts. Oxy means oxidation, and dation means addition. Dation means addition. So what you got from oxidation? You may define it. What is definition? Oxidation definition? Oxidation, and we can reverse it. What? Addition of oxygen to a substance is called oxidation. Addition of oxygen to a substance is called oxidation reaction. But addition of a substance, addition of oxygen to a substance is called oxidation. So here, if I write it here, carbon plus O2. So here it changes into CO2, means it is oxidation X. What is oxidation X? Okay, here we have seen oxidation X. So in term of oxidation and in term of hydrogen, if we say removal of hydrogen from a substance is called oxidation. Is called oxidation. So on two basis we have defined it, oxidation reaction. So what is oxidation reaction? Addition of oxygen to a substance is called oxidation. किसी पदार्थ से ऑक्सीजन का जुड़ना क्या कहलाता है? ऑक्सीडेशन. किसी पदार्थ से ऑक्सीजन का जुड़ना ऑक्सीडेशन कहलाता है. यदि किसी पदार्थ से हाइड्रोजन का अलग होना, सेपरेट होना, रिमूव होना क्या कहलाता है? आपका ऑक्सीडेशन कहलाता है. आप देखिए यहाँ पे ऑक्सीडेशन रिएक्शन, दूसरा ऑक्सीडेशन रिएक्शन हम लोग देख सकते हैं. देखो यहाँ पे Cu प्लस O2. देखो यहाँ पे Cu प्लस O2, इसको 2 कर दीजिए, मेक इट 2 CO. So it is oxidation reaction. Oxidation reaction. So oxidation we discussed. Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called oxidation. If oxidation and reduction are opposite to each other, vice versa. Understood? Means oxidation and reduction are two opposite terms. Oxidation, if you learn one definition, oxidation, on the basis of that you can define a reduction also. So we learned that addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen from a substance is called oxidation. And if we define reduction, so opposite of this, addition of oxygen. Opposite means removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen is called reduction. Removal of removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen is called reduction. A removal of oxygen and addition of hydrogen called reduction. So here I wrote one example. Here you may see here oxygen is being removed from here. So this is oxidation. Okay, a removal of oxygen is called removal of oxygen is called a reduction. It is a reduction, and here this oxygen is being added to there. This oxygen is being added to there. So what is oxidation state of this one? Here oxidation, this one is oxidation. Okay, so in this reaction what you have seen, oxidation and reduction both are taking place. Oxidation and reduction both are taking place. So what name will be given to a reaction in which oxidation and reduction both take place? That is said to be redox reaction. What? Redox reaction. So is this example of redox reaction? Yes, because reduction and oxidation both taking place. If we break it, redox, it also will break. Reduction, this portion, and ox means oxidation. A chemical reaction in which reduction plus oxidation means reduction and oxidation both takes place is called redox reaction. A chemical reaction in which oxidation and reduction both takes place is called redox reaction. So what you have seen here? What you have seen here? Oxidation and reduction both are taking place. The substance that get oxidation is called oxidized. Here, so it is getting oxidized, and that loose oxidation is called reduced. So remember that oxidized and reduced. Oxidized and reduced. A substance that get the oxidation is called oxidized, and that lose the oxidation is called reduced. And one more point we can say, oxidizing or reducing is what is? Oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Okay. So how would you come to know that oxidizing agent and reducing agent? Oxidizing agent oxidizes others. Oxidizing agent oxidizes others. So here, which one is oxidizing agent? Means CO is oxidizing agent. Reducing agent reduces other. Reduces other. So here S2 is reducing agent. Remember it? Oxidizing and reducing agent. Means that gain electron, so that gain oxygen is called a reducing agent. That get oxygen is called reducing agent, and that lose oxygen is called oxidizing agent. Okay, so you remember it, oxidizing and reducing agent here. So here which one is oxidizing and which one is reducing agent, on the basis of this some questions are given in your exercise. So which one is oxidizing agent, which one is losing oxygen? Here CO is losing oxygen, so it is oxidizing. It is oxidizing agent. And this one is gaining oxygen, so it is reducing agent. Remember. So we discussed here oxidation, reduction and redox reaction. Okay. And our next topic is corrosion and rancidity. Corrosion and rancidity. So last two topic we are going to discuss corrosion. When we take iron object, new iron object, its surface is shiny. But when that is left in air or in open place, we notice that on iron object some brownish layer is formed. And that is called rust. And this process is called rusting. Means when new iron object is placed in open place, so after some time it has been noticed that on the iron object some brownish deposits are formed, or some brownish layer is formed, that is called rust, and this process is called rusting. And we say, if we take other like silver when also react with moisture, it also may be moisture. it also form layer above that, above the silver. Moisture form layer above the silver, and that is called choroid. Choroid. Okay. So here what we have seen that means corrosion means when the metals react with moisture, come in contact with moisture, they form one layer around it by reacting with moisture, and that spoil the metal like iron, silver, etc. So that is called choroid, and this process is called corrosion. So corrosion is a problem that we should stop. So corrosion is harmful for metals. So what we have seen that here, an iron object when it react with moisture, it form brownish layer, brownish above that, and that is called rusting. Other metals also, and it is also called corrosion. It is also called corrosion. It is also called corrosion. Okay. And black color on the silver is due to corrosion. Green coating on copper metal is also corrosion. So corrosion spoil brushes, car bodies, iron railings, ships, and to all objects made up of metals. Means corrosion spoil the brushes, rails, car bodies, and other things also that is made of metals. So this can stop the corrosion. To stop corrosion, we use paint, and time to time we paint the metal object to remove the rust. Means when we are painting iron object, by painting, by greasing, by galvanization, we can stop the corrosion. When we paint it, moisture can't come in contact of iron object and rust doesn't take place. Galvanization is a process in which the object is dipped in a granules, zinc granules or zinc layer. In that, one thin layer is deposited on the object. Greasing also stop the contact of moisture to the iron object. So by this we can stop the corrosion. Okay, and here moisture also responsible for the corrosion of the object. If area is moisturous, so that corrode object much more. Like that, in moisture, in rainy season, our objects get corroded. So if we are able to stop moisture or remove the moisture from there, so we can stop the corrosion. So we discussed that corrosion is a problem for the all metals. Corrosion is the problem for all metals. Last point is rancidity. So what is rancidity? We discussed that when fats and oils are oxidized, they become rancid and their smell and taste change. When oil and fats are oxidized, they change their taste and another smell comes from that. Usually substances which prevent the oxidation are antioxidants. means in fatty things or in oily things we use antioxidant, so that doesn't allow to oxidize the fat and oil. In chips manufacturing, usually some antioxidants are being used and that protect the chips for a longer time. So antioxidants are used to stop rigidity, means when fat and oil get oxidized, their smell change and the smell we get. To stop this, we use antioxidant. In chips factory, for chips manufacture, we use antioxidant. So today this chapter over, we will discuss later new chapter. Thank you.